How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the shows. This is You May Roscoe and
Savage Moses. What it do, Roscoe?
What it do, my brother? How you feel, man?
Oh, good. Today, man. Today, I got something that's,
Okay.
controversial right now. I don't know if you familiar with it, but the YNW Melly case, the evidence has been coming out. Shit been flying. It's getting wild now. Because, I don't know what direction they going to take it in. But if you ain't aware, he is getting, what they trying to give him, the death penalty. He was a pretty famous rapper. I would say probably, top 10 at the time of, everything happening and this coming out and him getting locked up. But basically, it's a double homicide on two people that was in his group, best friends, sort of say. And it's just wild, the whole situation. He was definitely there, but proving it, I don't know if they're gonna do it, but we gonna see this evidence and see what direction they going in.
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with this case, even though I've heard in YNW Melly,
Melly.
Yeah.
And the victims is Sack Chaser, YNW Sack Chaser, and YNW Juve.
Those are the victims.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So basically they was all in the car, him and I think it's another person in the car, and they trying to goddamn sirens.
No, that means invisible shots.
Say, oh, look, they must know what we talking about. It's getting serious.
Right. Invisible shots, man. Yeah.
But they was all four of them was in the car, something, and then they trying to say, well, the evidence is pointing to that the car was parked and they got out, shot up the car, would kill them. Well, that's what they're trying to prove. Allegedly killed them, got back in the car, drove to the hospital and dropped them off.
Okay.
Well, Melly got picked up from the location they died at from a friend.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of messy. It's kind of messy. Oh, but the GPS pings and all this is proving it that it got kind of tricky. But
all right, well,
to give them the death penalty though, you gotta prove this shit cold cut. And I think the one thing that's kind of fucking it up right now, I don't think they got the gun or something like that, or they ain't recovered the weapon. I don't think.
Well, we will be looking at this video with the 7 critical pieces of evidence, or that's in this case. So before we get into it, we do want to suggest that everybody please subscribe to the channels. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well. I'm not sure what
this video came from Law and Crime Network.
Okay, so make sure that
on it, bro. If you into that type of stuff, tell me, rock with them. They be doing live streams and shit of the actual trials. If you want to get that deep, I'm not sitting there watching them do 7 hours of a trial.
Yeah, no, but there's people who be into that.
Yeah, I know that you want to see the details, play by play. They do provide you that.
Yeah, so make sure that you go over to go over to their channel, support them. Me and Savage, we're gonna jump into this so we can see exactly what this is about, and then we'll talk a little bit about what's happening in the video. So let's do that.
What is that?
Spent casing.
Okay. Moving over to the right of photo marker number 5, what is that?
Spent casing.
Did you collect both of those 2 spent casings?
That is correct.
From bloody clothing to spent shell casings, we're taking a closer look at the 7 most crucial pieces of evidence in the YNW Melly double murder case and what it means for both sides. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sierra Gillespie. So for the state of Florida, it's a case nearly 5 years in the making, with Jamel Demmons, better known as YNW Melly, now charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. His co-defendant, 22-year-old Cortland Henry, otherwise known as YNW Bortland, faces the same charges. Demmons and Henry are charged with killing their friends and co-members of their YNW collective, 19-year-old Christopher Thomas, also known as YNW Juvie, and 21-year-old Anthony Williams, who went by YNW Sack Chaser. According to prosecutors, Henry pulled up to a Miramar, Florida hospital on October 26, 2018, saying Thomas and Williams were bleeding out in his vehicle. He alleged it was a drive-by shooting, but when officials reached the vehicle, Thomas and Williams were already dead with gunshot wounds to their heads and torsos. Investigators later found surveillance video of both victims, Henry and Demmons, at a recording studio before the shooting. Detectives say blood spatter evidence and cell phone data prove all four were together the night of the murders. Demmons was then arrested in February 2019. Only a few days into the trial, and we're already seeing some key pieces of evidence for the state's case. Jurors have already gotten an inside look into the vehicle where Thomas and Williams were allegedly shot.
What are we looking at in here? I'm going to zoom in here to the hood area.
That is another piece of evidence tape used to seal the vehicle in the same way that we sealed the premises prior to a search warrant. The vehicle and all of its entries are sealed prior to the search warrant being executed.
So, for example, now looking at the screen down here at the bottom of the passenger side doors, that red item, is that the same evidence tape we've been looking at?
Yes, it is.
Tens of thousands of customers wrote about Carvana being fast in their 5-star reviews, including Sheena.
The evidence went into greater detail as jurors were shown the back seat of that vehicle. The evidence appeared to show blood stains covering the seats and the center console.
What are we looking at?
This is the rear passenger side seat as well as the rear center console, pin cup holders, and partial of the rear driver's side seat.
This area in the center with the 2 Sprite cans, is that how you found it in the down position?
Yes.
As to photo marker number 10, did you collect the 2 Sprite cans that were there?
Yes, I did.
Going on to the rear of the vehicle, photo markers 12, 13, and 14. Did you collect the various items listed in this photo?
Yes, I did.
Did you have help and assistance in processing this vehicle?
Yes, I did.
Who helped you?
Crime scene technician Tara Carroll.
Did you guys have a plan of attack as to how to process the vehicle?
We split up the vehicle into certain sections and each processed those areas of the vehicle and collected the items that were in relation to those areas.
So it's clear to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what section were you assigned?
I was assigned to the driver's side of the vehicle.
In terms of these photographs, they were all taken by you. Is that a correct statement?
Correct.
Moving on to item number 18 and 17. Did you collect those two?
Yes, I did.
19 and 20 as shown here. Did you collect those?
Yes, I did.
But it wasn't just blood in the backseat of the vehicle presented as evidence. Prosecutors also pulled photos of the victim's clothing covered in blood and showing bullet holes.
What's item J?
Picture of the jean jacket that was provided by medical staff of the deceased or from the deceased.
With regards to this next photo of item J, there is an arrow indicating a circular area. Are you able to tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury if that is or is not a...
Yeah, let me stop this for a second. I'm gonna push it back just a little bit. We'll just do this right here. But yeah, I see. I already knew and anticipated that this was going to turn into like the angle at which the shots came from.
Yeah, that's important in this case.
You know, so that's what it seemed like they finna start focusing on at this point. It's like the shot angles.
But one thing I want to point out, if you was noticing from the beginning, this is a case that's 5 years in the making, and he has a co-defendant. One person snitches, the case is closed. They could have been done the first week if somebody said something that allowed them to, come to an end. But in this situation, this is what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there was only one other person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the night
That's
started
all
off.
it takes. Shit.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know
That's
you're right
all it
about that.
takes.
You know, but he
But there's
wouldn't have had.
definitely more chances when you 3, 4, 5,
Yeah, yeah, right,
28 deep. Shit, shout
yeah,
out to YSL.
yeah. You know, so yeah, no, it's definitely gonna get deeper. But yeah, when there's one other person, then you know, it's just like okay,
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing.
If it
Except,
went down like this, they obviously planned it out, premeditated.
yeah,
So
no,
this
that's what it
was
would have happened.
the plan from the jump. Like we ain't saying shit.
Yeah,
Basically, I
yeah,
mean
no,
that be everybody playing sometimes, but
yeah, yeah.
that's another conversation.
Yeah, it always start off good like that. Like nobody telling you know what I mean? Until we get cuffed up. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
something else.
but hold on, before we even go on,
Yeah.
do you think this is enough to get the death penalty? Because the only other rapper that beat the death penalty in the last 50 years was Lil Boosie, and he's been supporting this case a lot. And he's been getting a little bit of backlash from the family of the victims and social media a little bit. But
Yeah, no, I mean I can imagine, you know, and my honest answer to that is I could honestly see a debate for both sides. That's the God the honest truth. I could see why, you know, and I'm split, you know, just within on that type of stuff anyway, because there's a part of me that's like, um, you know,
so you personally don't know. You on
yeah,
both
yeah.
sides too.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like I wouldn't want to be nobody's judge, but at the same time, I understand the rage that comes with, you know, you losing somebody and all that. So you got family members who are looking at this person that you took somebody from us. So we want you gone. You know what I mean? So I get
How
that.
do you feel about that though? You think the death penalty is uh uh a sane penalty for
I
actions
don't think
this
it
drastic? Is
I
it reasonable?
I don't, you know, the only reason why I would say that I don't think that is, or one of the reasons I would say, one of the main reasons is
Hold
because,
on. Let's just say it's not this situation. Let's take it out of this situation. It's a serial killer murderer. He done killed,
yeah, no, I'm
let's
just
say,
speaking in
5
general.
people, and we
Yeah,
all know it. Clean cut.
yeah, no, I'm thinking in general, and I'm speaking in general, just like, if it was any kind of case and any serious case like this, there's always the chance that that person could be innocent. You know what I mean? So let's say that on some off chance that that these people in this case didn't do it. And
I'm saying that's not the case though. We know they did it. We done proved it. Is the
no,
death
no,
penalty
no,
reasonable?
I'm saying if it just so happened that that wasn't the case, if there was some
That's a whole
crooked,
different question. Then I don't even care about that case.
yeah, no, but in general though, I still would feel like both sides have a part in this. You know that's
So
just
if
how.
he did
And
it.
I feel like it's one of those things like you would have to be in the moment to really judge because I could
I'm saying,
easily
hold
say,
on. You was there, witness everybody saying it, testified on camera. We know he did it. It's proven. Do you think the death
oh,
penalty is the right
if
thing to
it's
do in that situation? We got
it,
8 different cameras that saying it. It was 3 people that they all got on the stand testifying.
I mean you really put me on the spot because I've never thought of myself as a pro death penalty person.
Because I've been thinking about this with this case going on. That's why I really wanted to watch this
Yeah,
with you
no,
and get
that
your opinion on it.
yeah, no, that's deep. That's deep because I like I said, like if if I think about the emotion and who likes the Lord forbid if it was somebody that I was close to that became a victim or something like this, like I don't know what the rage behind that would make me want to do.
Right.
You know, so yeah, no, I like I would feel the like I may feel like man, fuck that dude. or fuck that person and let them burn, let them cook them. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's a tricky thing with me. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be. I don't believe that man should be the judge. But in this system, though, even in some of the books, you know, it says that in this system, man has to take that vote. So I get it.
All right, I guess I had to settle for that answer. You still danced around it. He did a little dance. He did a little,
No,
he did a little dancing, but
I'm trying to be real because like I could say one thing right now and feel another way if I'm actually in it. And I know that's how it be. Like I could be
I don't
like,
agree. I'll just flat out say it. I don't agree. I don't care if you can prove I did it. The point of this, the so-called point of this system is rehabilitation. They say that all the time, right?
no, but we know that
How
that's
can you rehabilitate death? Like it's I don't care if I killed 10,000 people. This the point of this system.
yeah,
Like if that's the case, don't even make me fight. Kill me right there. As soon as you get like that don't make sense to me.
see now see you living in the world of if everything was fair. Because now we saying like if the system was working how it's supposed to work, then yes, we are supposed to be rehabilitating people. But the reality is we not that the system does not rehabilitate people. You actually create better criminals when you go to jail. That's the reality.
Yeah,
That's the reality.
honestly.
You know, so yeah, no, we know how this system works, and we could wish and theorize about like what's supposed to happen and what the system is supposed to be and what it's supposed to do for people, but it's not going to do that. It's just not.
And just because it got that factor in there, like you said, it could be that one instance that somebody didn't do it and they get it. That's why I wouldn't, because only way I would support it if it had like certain stipulations on it, like kids and the amount of bodies and like it'd had to be like so specific for me to ever say, yeah, this the right thing to do. But I know the system so janky, even if it'll never work like that. Like you said, it had to be in the perfect fair world, which just don't exist when you got man judging and you know.
No, we not.
The higher powers having the real pull.
Yeah. No, we gonna
and money having the real pull. Shit.
Oh God, yeah. No, that at the end of the day, these jails.
Too many factors.
Oh Jesus, that's it. We could dive. We could dive into
some. This is gonna be. We might have to do a two-parter for this one. This is gonna be one. This is one of them.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, let's see. Oh, I didn't even.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what section were you assigned?
I was assigned to the driver's side of the vehicle.
In terms of these photographs, they were all taken by you. Is that a correct statement?
Correct.
Moving on to item number 18 and 17. Did you collect those two?
Yes, I did.
19 and 20 as shown here. Did you collect those?
Yes, I did.
But it wasn't just blood in the backseat of the vehicle presented as evidence. Prosecutors also pulled photos of the victim's clothing covered in blood and showing bullet holes.
What's item J?
Picture of the jean jacket that was provided by medical staff of the deceased or from the deceased.
With regards to this next photo of item J, there is an arrow indicating a circular area. Are you able to tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury if that is or is not a distressed portion of the jacket or is some sort of bullet defect?
Based on my experience and training, it appears to be something similar to a bullet hole.
Okay. With regards to the arrows, is that where you're putting those on there?
That is correct.
Is it though?
Moving on to the back of item J.
That didn't look like no.
When you collected it.
That is correct.
Maybe from the back.
Your training experience as a crime scene investigator, does the appearance of blood change over time as it's stored in evidence?
That is correct.
That's still the same jacket that we have in evidence?
That is correct.
Aside from the gruesome, bloody photos displayed to the jury, the state also called witnesses to testify about the alleged location of the shooting. Here's Morgan Curry describing what was seen in those photos.
I'm making this quick video because it has been 1 month since joining the Cashflow 101 system, and so
I'm going to go back to item number 1, back on the south side. Can you describe what we're looking at in this photo here with photo marker number 1?
Yes. The shell casing, spent casing, that is it.
Okay. That's that particular item?
That is correct.
Was this item collected?
Yes, it was.
Why do you take multiple photographs from different angles of these items?
Just to get an overall depiction of the specific item, and then also accounting for lighting or better visibility of that.
And the glass appearing object underneath the casing, did you collect any of that specific glass right there?
I do not believe we did.
Why not?
I think after discussing with the investigators, did not believe that it was in reference or pertaining to the case item.
Okay. Did it have any characteristics of auto glass?
Objection beyond the scope
If she knows.
of her expertise.
Thank you. First, establish that she may know something about this.
So, Investigator Curry, and part of your training in crime scene, is it determining what evidence may be something that would be collect?
Yes, it is.
In terms of the facts of the case, is that something that you're familiar with and you familiarize yourself with to know what types of evidence may exist?
Correct.
For glass and glassware, do you have any training in identifying potential sources of glass or other items that may be of evidence you're done?
Yes, I do.
With regards to the glass in the Jeep that was found at the hospital, have you had the opportunity to view that Jeep prior to November 21st of 2018?
Yes, I have.
The glass that was in the Jeep, was that consistent with the glass that's there in this photo marker number 1?
No, it was not.
Moving on to photo.
This is crazy long, but
That's what I noticed. That's not the same glass.
yeah, no, and it was interesting that
And when she asked why she didn't collect it, I'm thinking the same thing. Why the hell didn't you get that?
yeah. No, I mean, I would
And
think that maybe some type of DNA would have would have hit the glass.
That too, possibly.
But I don't know, but
Because if they trying to prove that they shot up the vehicle themselves, then it's possible that glass could, probably break and hit them, like you said.
yeah,
But the fact that it's inconsistent glass and they don't have it, that's like I don't know. Like you said, that's one of them factors in the story that could be the difference of somebody that didn't do it getting it.
yeah, and I mean, I'm not a forensics person, so I don't know if maybe if you have so much DNA or why you wouldn't collect that part of the evidence or why you wouldn't consider that part of the evidence and all that stuff. So I don't know, but I mean, there's parts of this that sound a little bit like just a little bit, but I mean, overall,
That's why I'm saying for the death penalty, some of this evidence is looking kind of absurd.
Yeah, no, and you want to make sure that
if this is the main evidence, that's like
no
weapon. So how can we give something like that? That's insane to me.
Yeah, no, and it go back to what I was saying, being on that half of the side, like there's people's lives who end up getting taken, and then we end up like a little piece of evidence was found, and oh, wait a minute, now. You know what I mean? Like we messed up, but that person gone. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's crazy, but we can keep it going.
Markers, and so for this is the establishing shot for which 4 photo markers?
4, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay. Going to the close-up of photo marker number 4. What was the important item of evidence in this photo?
Spent casing.
Okay. There's a scale on each photo marker. Why is that?
we're able to document the size of the specific item on the picture or that we're photographing.
And are all of these items later on collected?
Yes, they are.
Going on to photo marker number 5. I'm going to start with the item to the left here. What is that?
Spent casing.
Okay. Moving over to the right of photo marker number 5. What is that?
A spent casing.
Did you collect both of those 2 spent casings?
That is correct.
Okay. And in terms of another view of these 2 casings on number 5, is that what we're looking at here?
That is correct.
Moving on to photo marker number 6. What? I'm going to move into the closer up one for photo marker number 6. I'm going to start to the one to the left. What is that?
Spent casing.
Okay. Is that the same one that was next to photo marker number 5?
Not to my knowledge.
And to the right of photo marker number 6?
It's another spent casing.
After the shooting, or as the defense claims drive-by shooting took place, surveillance video shows the moment where YNW Bortland arrives at Memorial Hospital Miramar with YNW Juvie and Sack Chaser in his car. The state's witnesses testified that Juvie and Sack Chaser were already dead by the time they arrived at the hospital. First responders testified the area was sealed off and treated as a crime scene.
Are you tired of dealing with subpar sound quality in your audio recordings? Meet the Chaotica Eyeball.
What are we seeing on the screen right now?
So this is the sidewalk portion I was telling you about. Immediately on the bottom left corner of the screen, where you see those white dashes, that's where the cars drive through. Those dashes are for them to see pedestrians as they're walking across into the ER. Then there's a sidewalk portion, and these are the 2 doors of the ER. The left door on the left side of the video is the ER, the adult entrance, and the right is the pediatric entrance, but it's one big area. And then in the middle is the park bench. Right behind that glass is a security desk. I'm sitting in the middle of both of those doors.
And that subject that we see in the video?
That's the gentleman that the police made.
Continuing to publish? Is this the where you indicated to us earlier that you had him sit down, Cortland Henry?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you can't see the Jeep in the video frame, is that correct?
Yes.
The Jeep would be located at the bottom left, my left of the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just stopping this just for the sake of, just because I know we have to, I'm just pushing this back a little bit, and then we can go ahead and finish this thing out. Anything you want to add before we tap back in?
I don't know, bro. I'm trying to see where they're going because it's looking light.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and see where it ends up at the end of the day. So let's do that.
Right behind that glass is a security desk. I'm sitting in the middle of both of those doors.
And that subject that we see in the video?
That's the gentleman that the police made.
Continuing to publish? Is this the where you indicated to us earlier that you had him sit down, Cortland Henry?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you can't see the Jeep in the video frame, is that correct?
Yes.
The Jeep would be located at the bottom left, my left of the screen?
Yes.
Okay. And I noticed that you approached and you were talking into something. What was that?
That's my patrol radio.
Okay. Was that your how you were able to request assistance?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's additional surveillance video that puts Melly with both victims ahead of the shooting. But jurors also heard ballistic testimony from crime scene investigators who gave a visual representation of how the bullets traveled in the vehicle.
As you were saying, explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what are these green, red items that are now in the back seat of the Jeep?
These are called trajectory rods, and like I said, they are used to show the approximate path of the projectile when it struck the surface.
How many trajectory rods are in this photo that we're looking at here?
There are 7.
Going forward to the next photograph, what are we looking at here?
This is the opposite side of the rear passenger side seat, showing the trajectory rods coming.
Objection. Same objection?
Yes, sir.
Overruled.
Again, showing what?
Showing the trajectory rods coming through the back of the rear passenger seat and through to the front of the rear passenger side seat.
And can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how you place them?
The trajectory rods are placed through one defect, pass through the object, and then through the other defect on the opposite side.
YNW Melly's trial is just getting started, and the prosecution has already presented some pretty significant evidence. But will this be enough for the jury to find Melly guilty beyond a reasonable doubt? And how will Melly's defense argue this evidence? That's all we have for you on Sidebar. Thanks so much for joining us. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Sierra Gillespie. We'll see you next time.
What you thinking, Roscoe? What you thinking, man?
Man, let me get that big right here, right quick, and we put this back so we don't have that on the screen like that. But this is I mean, it's a wild case from the get go. I just don't. I'm just trying to figure out the why in my head. Like, why does this happen? Or why did it happen? You know,
Right.
What led to them saying, we're gonna shoot up our friends and make it look like somebody else did it. But this is why the criminal, if you're gonna do something, do it the right way, is what I always told anybody. And that includes being a criminal. Like, if you're gonna be a criminal, be a smart one. You know what I mean? So you have to be, if you planning on staying out on the streets, I don't know why you wouldn't be thinking of just everything. But maybe that's just my mind, and that's why I probably shouldn't have never been that, because I was too smart. I was like trying to I could figure a way out, you know what I mean? But no, this just
I definitely think this their biggest piece of evidence, but I don't know, like it's a lot of missing pieces to this puzzle to just jump to the death penalty off the rip. I think it's not enough for that penalty, but I definitely think it's enough to say they probably did.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
I know that we don't got a lot of time left. We got a little over a minute. I just want to say that me and Savage, we're gonna conclude this, but before we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share button, playlist option. You'll find this on what will it be? Entertainment reactions is the only place where I will put something like this. But that's where you'll find it on my page, Savage. Tell them where you can
My
find
page will be in must-see videos. So that's it.
Cool. And we don't have enough time to run through all of the, Cash App, PayPal stuff. You see it on the screen.
It's on the screen. Show some love.
And the, of course, the Super Thanks option as well is available on both pages. But we gonna leave. We will see y'all again. So say bye to the people.
You already know. We'll catch y'all. Peace.
I spent the light 10, yeah. I got the pipe in, gon' spin a block, no type in. I just want the face like we Skype in. Can't cut no hoe, they be trifling. This is one night stand.